What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Joe Barber, and it is the first game of the season. I'm here at the Frostbank Arena in San Antonio. I was just gonna put a video together because I wanted to talk to individuals out there about, I guess we could talk about salvation, right? And how it's introduced to us. And I'm just speaking to believers, I guess, or anyone that is thinking about their existence and their purpose and wondering if God exists. I'm a firm believer that God exists. There's too many things that have happened in my life that I've experienced, what I felt God's favor on me. And I really try to operate the right way every day. I try to do the right thing. I try to learn about I try to learn about what it is that God wants me to do, how to treat people, how to carry myself, how to be a better father, how to be a better husband, even though I'm not married right now. But I know that leadership skills that need to be developed, they happen every day, man. They happen in situations and relationships, friendships, and moments, man. And right now, I'm in a very vulnerable position in my life. I've had a lot of control over things. I've been very responsible. I've taken care of my credit. I've paid all my bills. I've always had a helper in my corner. And even when I was in my past relationship, it made my life a lot easier, and I did take things for granted. And I guess that leads me to this moment right now where I have taken a lot of things for granted in my life, but sometimes I try to enjoy myself and not stress myself so much, right? I try to have a positive mindset, be optimistic about things. I got invited to the game today by one of my friends, and he had an extra ticket. Today was a historical game, first game for Victor Wembanyama, first real official game in the NBA. His first basket. I got to witness that, and it just, somebody was questioning my salvation because I came to the game. I have made a commitment to go to church today. It's not that it's a big deal to me. I mean, I enjoy going to church. I go on Sundays. I enjoy being at church. It's not when I was younger, I felt uncomfortable sometimes because I felt like it was a duty or it was like work, right? And I work a lot, man. I work 7 days a week most of the time. 6 days a week. Sometimes, 5 days if I get an extra day off, but I'm constantly working. And because I don't work like a 9 to 5, people don't understand what it is to be like an entrepreneur. Sometimes you work 8 hours, sometimes you work 10 hours, sometimes you work 15 hours. And it's not labor, it's thinking, promoting, building, managing, networking, creating content. Some people think that creating content is not like a job. It's like, it is a job, man. And cutting hair, I do that. I try to build myself up, build the brand. Right now I'm trying to rebrand my school. I have a lot of things going on. I've created a lot of debt for myself, and this economy is not helping any. I've been paying so much money for things. I've been able to sustain myself over a long period of time, and taking care of my kids, and now my kids are grown. One of my sons is 18 and he's not working right now, and I'm still feeding him, taking care of him. But I put myself in a position to, I'm like, man, it's scary. It's scary, man. So I don't know, but I really just wanted to talk about salvation, right? What is salvation to you? What does that mean? Can you lose your salvation? I feel like internally a lot of us have that spirit of knowing, it's written in our essence of how to operate, how to live life, when to do right, when to do wrong. I feel like all of us have conscious. A lot of us are not aware of our conscious, but a lot of us have it. And I feel like I've gotten to experience that wake up where I understand how consciousness works. You have your subconscious also that's available. Frequency plays a big part on how we operate. And I'm telling you, man, I'm just trying to live my life to the best of my ability. But the more knowledge that you attain, it gets scarier to a certain extent, because that's just a different realm of knowledge that we all need to understand. because the war's not fought in the flesh, it's fought in the spirit. So when you start studying about the spiritual realm and how that stuff works, you have to take it back, and a lot of people are not willing to do the work. And then it's hard to, because there's a lot of manipulation going on in social media, there's a lot of manipulation going on in the history that is being fed to us. And then I guess that's when you start questioning how close you are to God, and are you fulfilling your purpose. And I stepped out of the game today because I was just experiencing something, and I don't even want to bring attention to it, but it's a crazy situation that I'm in right now, man. And I've never contemplated ending myself in any way, but I understand how people get there. You stretch yourself out too thin, and then you start seeing the people that you thought are on your side, the people that you thought love you, are not capable themselves to save you or to help you the way you think, because other people are damaged as well. And I know that's how the devil works. He just damages everybody, and then we struggle. And then you compare yourself to other people that are doing good right now. So the balance beam is always working. There's always going to be 50% of the population that's doing good, 50% of the population that's doing bad. In your reality, I'm not saying overall, because there's a lot of people that are homeless and there's a lot of people that are thriving. But I feel like in my life, I've been able to witness that. I've been able to experience that. And I see it. I see other people living their best life. I could tell that they're eating good, they're overweight, and they're doing this, and they got the nice, gear and all that. I don't condemn them whatsoever. I don't condemn them, because everyone has their season, And right now it's their season of harvest, man. They're getting, they're living it up, and that's good. And right now I'm reaping the rewards and the outcome of what I've done. And sometimes it's the growth where you have the patience and you understand that not everything that you do is always going to come back to you right then and there. And I've been reading the book of Job and studying the book of Job and the things that he's gone through, and he lost everything, and he didn't deserve it. And I think the way that we work here in this realm is that we believe that the reward system, if you do bad things happen. If you do good things happen. And that's not how it works. And that's why you have to be strong in your faith, and you have to be in your word, because someone else's perception of reality is not your reality. Someone else may view a book or knowledge or experience something that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the same experience for you, the same outcome for you. Key example, if you work as hard as Kobe Bryant right now, the way he worked his routine to the T, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be a Hall of Famer and win 6 championships. And just because, you read your word doesn't mean that you're not going to experience failure. You're not going to experience pain. You're not going to experience all these things. Like, I know that I have the confidence in me of knowing that I have God on my side, but it's because that comes from God. It doesn't come from me. Nothing that I do is worth value. Nothing that I do is worthy of praise. I've always been that way my whole adult life. Ever since I started getting, people from, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, whatever, YouTube, that used to tell me how, how my life or my work or whatever, my testimony, my, whatever, my story has influenced them in some way and given them hope, and that's cool. But I've always given God the praise. I don't deserve no praise, man, no glory. For me, all I've ever wanted to do is fulfill my purpose. I've wanted to experience life. I wanted to experience life on the other end of the spectrum. I grew up in the projects. I grew up real poor. I had kids at a young age. And I try to be a good person. I try to be an amazing person. I try to be open. I try to be genuine. I've made mistakes. I've lied. I've stolen. I've cheated. I've hurt people. I've hurt myself. I've done a lot of bad things in my life, man. But just because I've done those bad things doesn't mean that I'm no good. That doesn't mean that I'm a bad person and that I should go to hell. I've repented of my sins. I've changed. I'm no longer that person that I once was. But that doesn't mean that I have to feel guilty. You know, God casts the sin as far as the east is from the west. Every day that you wake up and you repent, every day, it doesn't matter, man. And I profess God everywhere. I don't care where I'm at, dude. I don't care. I don't care about people. I don't care what people think about me. I don't. Because, man, when I was doing really good, people were applauding me, people were calling me, people were texting me, people were checking up on me, all that was great. It was a good feeling. But then I didn't like it. I didn't like that because people build up this image inside of them like, oh man, he's a godly man and he's great and no, I'm not. And even David, when David had God in his corner, he was able to win all these battles, but he couldn't be the leader that he was called to be. Why? Go read about David and find out what he felt, how he felt. You know what I mean? And we all have that. Nobody's perfect, man. Nobody's perfect. And we give the devil way too much credit. The devil's not equal to God, man. He is not equal to God whatsoever. He's not. God created Lucifer and casted him out of heaven. They were not created equally. God is the Almighty, the Alpha and the Omega. People think that it's like God on this side and the devil on this side. No, bro, it doesn't work that way, man. The devil comes because we have choice, we have free will. And that's where, because we're all created with conscience and we're all connected that way, and we're connected because of energy and the way we're built, the way we're designed, you have to understand why grounding and being on dirt once a day helps you. You have to understand why breathing helps you, why we're made of 70% water and what water does and how it moves, and why they call money currency when it's derived from water. That's a term for water. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to learn beyond this realm that is considered hidden knowledge. It's not hidden, but those that seek will find. Those that ask you'll know, and those that knock, the door's gonna be open. But you gotta be ready for it. And that's when we're talking about salvation. How deep does that salvation go? You know, and some people are ready for this message, some people are not. And I'm sitting outside this arena, missing the game because somebody told me that I chose the Spurs over God because I didn't go to church today. That's all it took to put me in a box and say, because you didn't go to church today, you're no longer saved. Man, that bothers my spirit so bad. But I put myself in this position. I allowed that to happen. I felt so disappointed, and I felt so just hurt. And it's crazy because I know people are not usually transparent about stuff. I know people usually don't put their struggles. I know people don't want to show that part of themselves. They just want the highlights. They want the haircuts. They want to see me on ESPN, TNT, whatever, the news, magazines, all that stuff is great. Being a barber, cutting celebrities, cutting some of the Spurs, whatever, all that stuff is good. And I know a lot of people, that's what they put up, man. They don't put up the struggles. They don't put up when they're dealing with their sin, or when they're dealing with their whatever their vices. A lot of people are not gonna put that up, man. People want to live the fantasy, and that's what they show you. They give you what you want. I don't do that. I'm not afraid to show people that, hey man, I'm real. I'm a man. I make mistakes. I get attacked just like y'all. I struggle just like y'all. You know, some people believe in me, some people don't. Some people applaud for me, some people don't. Some people care, some people, I mean, it just doesn't matter to me, but that's the stuff that we got to deal with. When I got money, everybody loved me. When I'm doing good, everybody loves me. But when I'm like this and I'm in need, you know, but it's nobody's job to come save me. It's nobody's job to make sure I'm doing all right. Maybe I'm the answer for the prayer that I'm praying for. It's me. I gotta be the one to do what it is that needs to be done. And I hold myself accountable to that. To being the person that I'm supposed to be at all times. And I take it. I take it. I take my wins and I take my losses. It's all good. Some days I want to break down. Some days I want to get up and be the giant slayer. You know what I mean? Some days I want to run. Some days I don't want this. Some days I want to be a regular person. And what I mean by a regular person, I mean like someone that's not aware. Someone that is just blindfolded, that lives life, works a 9 to 5, and doesn't know what's really going on. But I can't undo that. I can't take these glasses off anymore. I know what's going on. I see it. I see the manipulation. I see the way they've turned us into slaves without chains. I see it. I see it. I see the foolery. I see that we embrace, making people famous that have no talent, making people famous that cause drama, making people famous that are fake, making people famous that are not for God, man. That's just how our society is. We applaud all that and we welcome it. We support that more than we support good. That's the reason why OnlyFans people make more money than doctors do. They make as much money as professional athletes. And it takes these athletes thousands of hours to master their craft. And that's our society. That's how these TV shows are structured. A lot of them, they love drama. They love that negativity. They love that corruption of the mind. They don't want us to know. They don't want us to be thinkers. They don't want us to be people that solve issues. They don't want us to do that. They don't want us to know. It's too much. And that's not how the plan, that's not the plan. But anyway, when you question your salvation, that's a relationship that you have with God. And as long as you're trying your best, look at the crook that was next to Jesus on that cross. He didn't say a specific prayer. He didn't go to church. He didn't, wear a special color. He didn't sacrifice a lamb. He didn't do none of that. All he said was, Lord, remember me when you make it to your kingdom. Remember me. And he told him that he's welcome in the kingdom. So, as long as you're seeking God daily and you're repenting of your sins, I promise you, you're worthy enough for God's love. You're worthy enough for his mercy. You're worthy of his attention. You don't need anybody else's attention. God will put the right people in your life that are not tearing you down. They can speak to you in love, but not condemn you. You don't have to condemn things, but you cannot condemn anybody. Who are you? Before you throw a stone, you better pick up a mirror. But there's too many people throwing stones that don't pick up a mirror. They don't. They're too busy looking at all the things that you're not doing right. And then for whatever they do right, they want praise for it. They want applause for it. Because that's what makes them feel better about themselves. I don't know, man. That's not for everybody, but there's a lot of people that operate that way. And they say by your fruits you'll know, but how many fruits are you looking for? There's different type of fruits. There's big fruits and little fruits. There's grapes, there's strawberries. What kind of fruits are we talking about? And sometimes it's the smallest fruits that have the most potency and the most benefits. But like I said, everything that seems the way it is not the way it seems. And it's not that way. But hopefully, people that hear this message, they know that I'm coming from a place of love. I really just want to live my life, man, and fulfill my purpose. I'm working on rebranding my school. I'm working on taking care of my dad. I'm working on taking care of my home. so many things that I want to do with my life, man. But I'm only one person. And if you don't plan and set goals and take action, all of this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It won't matter. But we'll see what happens, man. I'll update y'all on how things are going. But I'm trying to do my best, man. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay faded.